What's going on YouTube? And today we are starting a brand my bad. Today we are starting a brand new series on the channel. I know I've been gone for a long time. I've been gone for maybe a couple of months, like a couple of months. I will explain that. I will explain that here shortly. And today we are starting a Seattle Seahawks franchise because currently right now the Seattle Seahawks are battling a lot of issues revolving around Russell Wilson, the O-line, their defense, and just everything because Russell Wilson just came off his injury. He obviously he I don't know the whole thing behind him wanting to leave, wanting him to stay, or what's going on with that whole situation. But that's neither here nor there. Here I'm going to go through all the settings and what I'm going to change around and stuff like that. So we're gonna go through all this. We're gonna go through all the changes. We'll turn on relocation settings. Everyone can relocate. So we might in the future might have some relocation teams, stuff like that. Breakout scenarios will be on. Development trait regression, I will leave that on. We're gonna go up to seven. We're gonna do 7 minute quarters. We're gonna do 7 minute quarters, and everything on here will be manual. Tutorial pop-ups, turn that off. Fill a roster, that'll be on. Everything else will be. Whereas we're playing on all Madden. So I played Madden for a little bit, but it can be really hard. We're gonna use Pete Carroll. We're gonna try to rebuild the Seahawks and bring them back to glory as they were in the Legion of Boom 20 from 2012 to 2014, 15 around that time. And we're gonna start at week 15, which I'm pretty sure they just played that game. Like they just played the game against the Rams. So yeah, I knew it. They just played this game against the Rams. So I'm gonna force the loss. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna come up in here and force this loss because they lost to the Rams, unfortunately. So versus the Rams, they played at the Rams, so force home win. There we go. We're gonna do that. But no, the Seahawks as a whole have been battling issue after issue after issue after issue with just the team injuries and a whole bunch of other stuff. And they're probably, I mean, not. I mean, yeah, I would say that they are kind of in the hardest division, kind of with Rams adding Matthew Stafford and Odell, and the Cardinals being the best team in that conference, being the best team in that division, even though they lost to the crazy, they lost to the Lions, which is crazy as hell to me. But we're gonna sim to next week 16. We're gonna go through the whole team, figure out what they got. Whoa, wow, why is AB on the? Oh, because he got. Okay, that makes sense. Which is weird. Even we're not even gonna ask questions about it. We're gonna go into the draft class, keep the auto generated rookies. Trying to see if we can find someone. And we're not gonna go through we're not gonna go through the draft yet. We're not gonna do any of that. This is just the introduction to the series, and we're just gonna go over the team as a whole. So let's let's take a look here, shall we? Okay. Okay, you can already tell that this team's kind of in shambles a little bit. They're kind of in shambles, yeah. With Russell Wilson, the starting quarterback. 30. He's 32. He's 32 years old. 92 overall. He's still, for being 32, he's still a good. So he might. For me, I might just keep him for as long as I might try to keep him for as long as possible, and maybe in the next year or two I'll find his replacement. But for right now, we're not gonna dwell on him trying to leave or anything. We're gonna try to keep him for as long as possible. Running back, Chris Carson, just He's just battling. Is he? Speaking of Chris Carson, is he still injured? Let me see. Let's go manage injury report. Is he still injured? Because if he, oh my goodness, they're battling a lot of injuries. Okay, broken tailbone. Okay, Jamal Adams, Burkervin, and some other guys here, but the two big guys are Jamal Adams and Chris Carson being out for I would say for the rest of the season. I mean, if the Seahawks somehow manage to make the playoffs, which I don't highly think that's possible, they might come back during that time, but I don't know. Um, the team as a whole is kind of rocky, but a bright spot on somewhat of a bright spot on the team is at receiver with Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. Here again, age. Tyler Lockett being 28, 28 years old, 89 overall. He's still good for being 28, but 28 in Madden is like, all right. After this year, he's probably gonna degress and just go down a couple overalls, maybe. DK Metcalf, a bright spot, only 23 years old, 88 overall, superstar X Factor. Just he's a beast, and he currently right now he's technically is wide receiver number two to Tyler Lockett, but in my opinion, he should be wide receiver number one. Just like looking at his stat, like he has 86 trucking, no, sorry, 86 stiff arm and 85 break tackle. Like Mans could play running back with that. Being 6'3", 235, Mans could play running back. Can catch the ball. 6 foot what? 6'3", 6'3", 235. Mans is tall, big, and fast. Superstar X Factor. Red zone threat, deep out of lead, double me, cause yeah. But in this previous game against the Rams, he didn't do so hot against Jalen Ramsey, which Jalen Ramsey is Jalen Ramsey. They have Dwayne Eskridge, and Freddie Swain, who I like Freddie Swain more than I like Dwayne Eskridge, but Dwayne Eskridge is 24, 92 speed. A little. He's raw. He's very raw in the route running categories and stuff like that. And same with Freddie Swain, him being 23 years old. He's a year younger and 91 speed, 85 catching. He's a little bit more raw than Dwayne Eskridge is. So Dwayne Eskridge might be my wide receiver three. Tight end Gerald Everett, 27, 6'3". He's a little small to be a tight end, but he's fast. 85 speed, 88 excel, 85 catching, 81 spec catch. But he can't really block, so he might be subbed out on like stretch plays and like runs to the outside because he can't really block that well. And Will Dissly, 25, 77 speed, a little bit better of a blocker. Not as good as route running, but he's a better blocker for sure. I might keep him around, so just as like a blocking tight end. An offensive line is their probably the worst part of their team. And Dwayne Brown being 36 years old, 82 overall, he's been okay for the Seahawks. He hasn't been like great, but he also hasn't been horrible. Um, he's still pretty good for being 36 years old. Left guard Damian Lewis, second year player out of LSU, hasn't looked hasn't looked that good as of late, but he, he's only like 20, 23, 24. So growing pains right there. 26-year-old Ethan Posick. I'm gonna say Ethan Poe. That's what we're gonna call him. Um, Pretty good. 26 years old, 72 overall. He's all right. These two are kind of be like my building pieces on the inside of the offensive line. Maybe they develop more, and we can add more pieces around him. Gabe Jackson, 30 years old. I really don't know. I didn't know he was 30. Wow. He's pretty good, so he'll be here for a little bit, depending on how long. I mean, depending on how much money we have and being able to re-sign guys and stuff like that. Brandon Shell, 29 years old, 6'5", 320. Jesus, that's a big boy. 324 pounds. Um, he's a little bit more raw. He's a better pass blocker, I would say. Um, yeah, and we have backups, but even our backups can't even play really. Moving over to the defense side of the ball, kind of a brighter spot. At middle linebacker, you have probably one of the probably one of the greatest linebackers of all time, in Bobby Wagner. Um, Mans has been a beast ever since he got into the league. Before Luke Kuechly retired, him, Luke Kuechly, and Bobby Wagner were the two best middle linebackers in the league. That's hands down. He's still really good at what? He's how old is he? 31. He's still good. Superstar X Factor still. So he's still good with 85 speed, 97 tackle, 92 hip power. Jesus. You don't want to catch him. You don't want to see him coming down the same hole that you're in. Still superstar X Factor, momentum shift, strip specialist, tackle supreme. Right outside linebacker, a young Jordan Brooks coming into his second year. Who's looked actually pretty good with 87 speed. Wow, 87 speed, 87 speed, 84 hit power, 92 tackle. He's not really an outside linebacker. He's more of like a off the ball type guy. He's an off the ball linebacker. So he's still pretty good. 79 overall. The temp, yeah, 79 overall. Um, Left outside linebacker, Darrell Taylor. He's okay. More of a pass. He's a pass rusher. Um, Not very high in the block shed, but finesse move and power move is something you can work with. 86 strength, 83 speed. So not the fastest guy on the edge, but something to work with. At safety, we got Quandre Diggs, 28. He's looked this season. He's actually looked pretty good. 88 speed, 88 hit power, 89 excel. Kind of lacking a little bit in the zone. I'd like my safeties to have at least like 85 plus zone coverage, but something to work on. He's still pretty good, being 28 years old. This team is what I'm noticing with this team is that they're kind of old. Strong safety Jamal Adams should be here, but right now since he's injured, we have Ryan Neal playing 6'3", 200 pounds, 25 years old, 67 overall. Um, he's a lot. He's more raw. Playing safety, he's only 67 zone. 78 hip power, 90 excel, 90 speed, 78 pursuit. But he's not the best at safety. D line, Rasheem Green, 24, 82 speed, 86 excel, 80 strength. He's not the best, but it's something. It's something to work on. Defensive tackle, we have Puna Ford. Some of these guys have some upgrades, huh? Okay, Puna Ford, 5'11", 310 pounds. Wow, 25 years old. He's gonna be a developmental piece on the interior offensive, not offensive line, defensive line. My bad. Um, D tackle number two, Al Woods, 6'4", 309 pounds, 34 years old. Okay, so DT2 is a upgrade, is a position that needs to be upgraded, but he's still pretty good, having 73 power move, 79 block shed, 53k XP to upgrade him. And Benson Mayawa, I guess, 30 years old, out of Idaho. He he's just that piece to help build this team forward. Corner, we have corner number one, Sidney Jones, 25 years old. He'll be here for a little bit. 25 years old, 77 overall, 89 speed, 78 man, I guess, and 76 zone. Um, he's pretty good. He can catch the ball a little bit, so we'll have to see what goes there. Corner two, and DJ Reed Jr., 24, 77 overall, 90 speed, 80 zone. and 75 man. So we might be running a lot more zone coverage than man coverage because the team doesn't look the best. Cornerback 3, Blessin Austin, 90 speed, 89 excel, 85 agility, 85 jumping. So he'll be able to get up there. 6'1", 195 pounds. Very light actually. I mean, nah, for corner that's pretty hefty. I would think so at least. Special teams, Michael Dixon, punter, 25 years old. He'll be here for the rest of the franchise. And kicker, Jason Myers, 30, 96 kick power. But I feel like we can do better than just we can do better than that. Um, some of the guys that I did miss, like DJ Dallas, a younger guy, 22, second year out of Miami. He's in Chris Carson's absence. He's looked pretty good. I would say he's looked pretty good with Chris Carson being out and being like the backup kind of. But Rashad Penny, him and DJ Dallas will probably be the ones who get most of the carries, and Alex Collins, you know, he hasn't looked the best. He hasn't really looked the best with Chris Carson being out. With I don't know. The team is in shambles is what I can say. The team is in shambles. The team is in shambles, and they are gonna need a lot of work. Before I end this video off, I'm gonna show you um the XP sliders, the gameplay sliders, and it's just stuff like that. Um, all the sliders will be at 50. If the team gets too good, if we get too good, I'll raise the CPU sliders and lower R's and stuff like that. Um, and XP sliders, so nothing is crazy or nothing like that. All of it's basically set to 100, so everything will be the same. Everybody will progress the same way, so it's not. It doesn't look like I'm cheating or anything. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the first episode of this brand new series. If you want to see another episode ASAP, make sure to hit that like button, comment something down below, and make sure to the subscribe button, and turn on the bell so you get notifications when I post a new video. Because I will be starting to upload more and more videos more often as I find more things to record and stuff like that. I'll be uploading more videos. I'm gonna start streaming again too. I'm gonna start streaming more, and just get back into the whole swing of things of being a YouTuber again. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope y'all have an amazing rest of your day, and Merry early Christmas. But if you're seeing this on Christmas, Merry Christmas. See y'all later.